OpenAI just shut down Sora, pushed out two of its most senior leaders, and folded its science team, all in the same week it's trying to catch Anthropic in the coding race. That's not turbulence, that's a strategy. Today we have three stories that together tell you exactly where the AI industry is heading right now. First, what OpenAI's leadership exits and product shutdowns actually mean for the company's future. Second, a major Codex upgrade that's a direct shot at Claude Code. And third, Anthropic launches a design tool for people who don't know how to design. Let's get into it. Kevin Weil, OpenAI's chief product officer, is out. So is Bill Peebles, the researcher who led Sora, the video generation model that made global headlines when it launched. And Sora itself shut down. The science team that was supposed to apply AI to real-world research problems folded. This is a company in the middle of a deliberate, aggressive reset. OpenAI is calling these departures a pruning of side quests, which is a remarkably candid way to admit that several high-profile bets didn't pan out commercially. Sora was stunning as a demo. As a product with a sustainable revenue model, it clearly wasn't pulling its weight. The broader signal here is that OpenAI is pivoting hard toward enterprise. Less consumer experimentation, more repeatable business value. That's a mature strategic call, but it also means OpenAI is starting to look less like the audacious lab that shocked the world with ChatGPT and more like a focused B2B software company. Whether that's the right move depends entirely on whether the enterprise market rewards them before a leaner competitor does. OpenAI's Codex just got a serious upgrade, and the timing is not subtle. Claude Code, Anthropic's agentic coding tool, has been quietly eating OpenAI's lunch among developers who want an AI that can actually work inside a real codebase. OpenAI's answer is a new version of Codex that can take control of your Mac, generate images inline, and crucially, remember context from past sessions. That last feature matters more than it sounds. One of the biggest friction points in AI-assisted development is having to re-explain your project every single time you open a new session. Memory changes that. The computer use capability puts Codex in the same category as Anthropic's Claude, able to navigate your system, run commands, and interact with apps directly. This is agentic AI moving from demo to daily workflow. The real test isn't whether Codex can match Claude Code on a feature checklist, it's whether developers actually switch. Switching costs in developer tooling are high. OpenAI needs Codex to be meaningfully better, not just comparable, to pull users away from a tool they've already built habits around. Anthropic launched Claude Design today, a new product aimed at founders, product managers, and anyone who has an idea they need to visualize but no design background to do it with. The pitch is simple. Stop waiting for a designer or wrestling with Figma. Describe what you need. Get something shareable fast. This is a smart, focused product move. Anthropic isn't trying to compete with Adobe or Canva on depth. They're targeting the gap between having an idea and being able to communicate it. A gap that costs real time in early-stage companies and cross-functional teams every single day. What's interesting strategically is that this extends Claude's value proposition beyond text and code into a third category, visual communication. Anthropic is quietly building a suite. Claude Code handles development. Claude handles writing and reasoning. Claude Design handles quick visuals. Each product targets a specific professional pain point, and each one deepens the case for paying for a Claude subscription. It's a methodical expansion, not flashy, but exactly the kind of compounding product strategy that builds durable enterprise relationships over time. Step back from each individual story today, and a single theme emerges. The AI industry is graduating from the demo era into the discipline era. OpenAI shutting down Sora and cutting Moonshot projects isn't a failure story, it's a focus story. The companies that spent 2023 and 2024 impressing the world with what AI could theoretically do are now being forced to answer a harder question. What will enterprise customers actually pay for, reliably, at scale? The Codex upgrade and Claude Design both answer that question in concrete ways. They're not research previews. They're workflow tools targeting specific, recurring professional pain points, coding and visual communication, and Anthropic's product expansion is particularly telling. Claude Code, Claude Design. That's a deliberate suite strategy, not a scattershot launch calendar. They're building stickiness. OpenAI, meanwhile, is making the same bet from the other direction. cutting what doesn't convert and doubling down on what does. The irony is that both companies are converging on the same strategic truth at the same time. In 2026, the AI arms race isn't about who has the most impressive model. It's about who builds the most indispensable daily tool. That race is wide open. So here's the question I want to leave you with. As OpenAI sheds its consumer ambitions and Anthropic keeps expanding its product suite, which company do you think is better positioned for the next 2 years, and why? Drop your take in the comments. If you want sharp, no-hype AI news every day without having to dig through the noise yourself, hit subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow with whatever the industry throws at us next.